Hi there, this is David and welcome to another crowdsourced video detailing my Discord server's top 10 best RPG gunners. So far we've discussed monks, thieves, white mages, black mages, archers, bards, and dancers. So now it's time to shine the spotlight on some sharpshooters. This series seems to be pretty popular, and if you want to take part 2, be sure to come and join the Discord. Please keep in mind this is not necessarily my opinion, but the opinion of the best Discord server around. So join and become part of the fun as the series continues throughout the rest of the year. Also, just to keep things interesting and not chock full of Final Fantasy, I kept all franchises limited to only 2 submissions each. So with that, let's fire off me laser and get started. Number 10, submitted by Trey Tremario and receiving 29 votes, is Noto from Persona 4. Can we talk about her brokenness? She is the one character who can kill them all, blessed with both Hama and Mudo spells, as well as the spells to increase the effectiveness of them, making her a trash mob slayer. Then she has god-tier magics with powerful almighty attacks that can never be resisted, making her incredibly strong against bosses too. And if that wasn't enough, she's protective buffs, and she's even gifted all of the elemental dying spells in the Golden Remake, giving her incredible coverage against any unfortunate shadow that stands in her way. Really, this detective just has it all, and she is in easy mode in the form of a character. Number 9, submitted by Casual Tom and receiving 29 votes, is Billy from Xenogears. This holy warrior runs an orphanage out of his old childhood home. As a gunner, he wields not 1, not 2, but 5 guns in battle, 3 of which are hidden under his trench coat. One of the earliest moves that he has access to involves him flipping a coin over his opponent's head and then shooting them point blank in the neck. And another of his most memorable moves involves him kicking an enemy into the air, then juggling them with 2 handguns before finishing them off with a shotgun. I mean, that's some badassery right there. Not to mention his fantastic selection of white magic. Billy supports his party with healing spells, then finishes them off in style. Number 8, submitted by Windmage and receiving 30 votes, is Haru from Persona 5. Haru is a kind and adorable floofball who has some rather interesting quirks. Before she joins the Phantom Thieves, you're able to see her caring personality as she's always helping others or tending to the school rooftop garden. Strangely, although she's the most mild-mannered of the crew, she wields the heaviest weapons, such as a battle axe and a rocket launcher. And yeah, everybody else can hook up to gun too, so what makes her so special? I'm glad that you asked. It's her skills such as Triple Down, which deals light gun damage to all enemies 3 times, giving her reliable damage options when magic is off the table, and eventually, she learns the powerful one-shot kill skill, which deals severe gun damage and criticals really often. Number 7, submitted by Inflatable Seal and receiving 32 votes, is Clive from Suikoden 2. My nominee is the leader of the Howling Voice Guild, Clive. Originally just a member of the group, Clive becomes the new leader after avenging the death of one of his fellow members at the hands of a traitor. Eventually, he ends up joining with Ryu and becoming an essential part of your army. Guns are something of a rarity in this universe, which makes him such a unique and reliable ally. His gun also happens to be a sentient one, passed down only to the highest ranking members of his group. Admittedly, he is hard to recruit, but the reward is absolutely worth it, because you get one of the best long-range users in the game, and possibly even in the entire series. Number 6, submitted by Tom Derry and receiving 32 votes, is Aya Brea from Parasite Eve. This NYPD detective is the world's only defense against evil mitochondria. The lone survivor of a disaster set up by Eve, she awakens her own fearsome powers. With her guns in hand, she hunts down Eve and all the mutated creatures wreaking havoc on New York City. And who can forget the iconic Central Park carriage ride that pitted Eve against her? While neither subdued the other, they are destined to meet again. I mean, even the military steps in at one point, but they prove to be no match for Eve, who's growing more and more powerful. Summoning all her courage, as well as her fully loaded shotgun, Aya gets helicoptered into the final showdown at the Statue of Liberty. She is just badass. Cause step aside, boys, this is a job for a woman. Number 5, submitted by Josh O'Lantern and in 10, and receiving 35 votes, is Jeff from Earthbound. This tiny toy tinker isn't playing with no tinker toys. Armed with nothing more than a pop gun and a sharp IQ, Jeff ventured out into the unknown wilderness and flew across the world just to make it to Nessa's side to battle for the fate of the world. Don't leave this boy genius in a cave with a box of scraps, because with a good night's sleep and the contents of a garbage can, he'll be ready to blast you away with everything that he can get his hands on. From pipes to even harmonicas, he'll make a tool from anything, and then celebrate his victory with a bottle rocket pointed at your still twitching corpse. Number 4, submitted by Nova Saber and Shast, and receiving 35 votes, is Rudy from Wild Arms. Our silent protagonist is one of the only people in the world who uses arms, which begs the question, why can you buy ammo in like every single town? He doesn't talk much, but this dream chaser is no blank slate. He's wandering the world after the death of Old Man Zeppet, and along the way he has a clandestine meeting with Jack and Cecilia to go on a western sci-fi adventure, eventually uncovering secrets of his own past along the way. While he uses a sword for his basic attacks in the original version of the game, he's clearly all about the guns. From his basic hand cannon to the group targeting prism laser and the more powerful rocket launcher, as well as more futuristic options like the phaser and twin orbs, he's definitely got a variety of weapons to shoot his enemies with. Number 3, submitted by Elise7271 and receiving 50 votes, is Geno from Super Mario RPG. Well, if we're going to talk about gunners, we may as well talk about the most overpowered one from the best Mario RPG game, the original for the SNES. Heart, music, exclamation point, question mark is better known as Geno. This star warrior from another world takes the form of a wooden doll to help out Mario and his crew. In addition to literally having a set of finger guns for one of his hands, he's got turrets in his elbows, and his most powerful attack has him literally turned into a cannon. Geno is an offensive unit with high attack, the best agility in the game, and super powerful buffs. Mario better be happy that the Celestial Warrior is on his side. Number 2, submitted by TT Paradank, Zelzamit, and not Ringo Jingo, and receiving 58 votes is Balthier from Final Fantasy XII and Tactics. The War of the Lions version of Final Fantasy Tactics saw the addition of 2 Final Fantasy cameos. While Luso from Tactics Advance 2 was okay, Balthier from Final Fantasy XII really took the cake with his Sky Pirate class. He's essentially a Machinist, similar to Mustadio, while also having thief abilities to boot. But what really puts him ahead of the game is Barrage ability, which allows you to shoot 4 times and half a damage a pop, so it's essentially like the ninja's dual weld skill, albeit from a range. This ability alone can have him solo most enemies without them even getting the chance to retaliate. I mean, he is the leading man after all, with style for days. The drip don't stop just because you have to save the world. And number 1, submitted by Leandres, AE, and the Hoff, and receiving 70 votes, is Barret from Final Fantasy VII. Our favorite gunner is Barret, the leader of Avalanche and a single father with a painful past. He's passionate to secure a healthy planet for his daughter and the future of humanity. So Barret uses his grafted gun to unload justice against Shinra, which is only fitting because his hand was blown off by the Shinra soldiers while attempting to save his friend after his hometown was destroyed. I enjoy his no-nonsense demeanor in the plot because he is what the leader of an eco-terrorist group should be. He's to the point and he stays on task because ain't nobody got time for bullshit. He comes in like a wrecking ball at his enemies with his peculiar options for close-range weapons, and I can't wait to see him in a sailor's costume in glorious HD. Well, that's it for the top 10 best JRPG gunners as decided by my Discord server. We do have quite a few more honorable mentions though. Ursula and Momo from the Breath of Fire series, Prompto, Yuna, Irvine, Laguna, Vincent, Saz, and Mustadio from the Final Fantasy series, Opera and Maria from the Star Ocean series, Machias, Fee, and Ellie from the Legend of Heroes series, Ricky from the Etrian Odyssey Untold Millennium Girl, Gilder from Skies of Arcadia, Kuhn from the Dot Hack GU trilogy, Junior of Xenosaga, Beyond the Grave from Chaos Wars, Axel from Mega Man X Command Mission, Deekbeck of Arc the Lad Trilated Spirits, Virginia and Clarissa of the Wild Arms series, Seraphina from Disgaea 5, Hubert of Tales of Graces, Rosita from Sakura Wars So Long My Love, Cathari from Suikoden 5, Haken Browning of Super Robot Wars OG Saga Endless Frontier, Alicia of Valkyria Chronicles, Hoops from Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden, Lance from Epic Battle Fantasy, Sundown from Live Alive, Cecil from Mercenaries Wings, The False Phoenix, Buffalo 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 Bill from West of Loathing, Hummel of Ease 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, and Show from Lost Dimension. Who are your favorite gunners and why? Let me know in the comments, and if you want to take part in future class ranking videos, come and join the Discord channel to make your voice be heard too. The link to it can be found in the video description as well as in the comments. I do hope to see you there. And as always, if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.